Another moment with Dr. Locke.
Okay, I promise it's the last I'm going to talk about it, but I'll give you a quick timeline of what I've been dealing with the Montezuma's revenge from the trip down to Mexico.
Montezuma.
Got back last week, the Friday before we left. We went into Salsalita, outside of the resort, had street tacos, woke up Saturday morning. So what date would that have been? Let me just look at my calendar. So that would have been the 10th. So February 10th, I woke up and it was on. Okay? And when I got back from PV, from holidays, I went to the doctor. And listen, I want to defend my doctor because he's not a pill guy.
Yeah.
And he always sort of leans on the, okay, last resort, we're going to give you these, okay? And he's not a guy that's writing me a script every time I go see him.
Yeah.
And he's not an anti-pill guy. He's just, listen, if you need this, I'm going to write this for you, but I'm not just going to give it to you for the sake of giving it to you.
He was like, you're almost over it. It's been a week, or not quite a week, but
It's 4 days.
It's been a few days. You're almost over it.
And he goes, no pun intended, he goes, you're on the back end of this thing, so just ride it out. It should only last a couple more days. And if your body fights it off, it's usually better for you. And then he adds, and then he goes, by the way, also, one of the side effects of the antibiotics is the runs. And I'm like,
God, it seems like maybe you shouldn't take it.
but he gives me a script, and he says, here, at least you have it if you change your mind. And I'm like, okay. So I decide to just ride it out. I had one of my worst days Saturday. So now I'm
Which is weird. Like a week later, it came back to bite
Dude,
you.
it started to slow up a little bit, ease off, right? And anyway, on Sunday morning, I literally woke up and I went to the pharmacy and I stood there waiting for them to open.
Give me my pills.
I'm at the front door of the Shoppers Drug Mart at 8 o'clock in the morning waiting for them to open the door. That's how desperate I was. I'm like, this is enough. So I go up, I get my pills. They give you antibiotics for this. By the way, I found out because my wife just went to the pharmacy. You don't need to go to the doctor to get a script for the antibiotics.
Oh, okay.
It's one of the few things, and there's a couple of things that just the pharmacy can give you.
Yeah.
If you go and you tell them your symptoms, and traveler's diarrhea, Montezuma's revenge, whatever the hell you want to call it.
Common enough.
It's common enough that they can just give you. And they give you 6 pills. You take them 2 at a time for 3 days. I'm telling you right now, if you get this or you're in the middle of dealing with this and you're an anti-pill guy, just go get the damn pills.
One of those
Do
times.
it now. I regret waiting as long as I did. My buddy was calling me Splash. So I have a new nickname. Last week was one of the worst weeks of my life.
Yeah.
I swear to God, it was constant.
We're all excited to put it behind us.
We can move on.
we-
Get the antibiotics. Just trust me on this.
Take
if
the
you're
pills.
a day in, and here's the other thing. When I talked to the pharmacist about it, he goes, I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting a lot of this. So there's something going on.
We've had a few people reach out and be like, I got it too. Yeah.
Something's going on in Mexico right now where it's, I don't know if it's more aggressive or what, but it just didn't seem like it was going to ever stop. Like,
Can we stop discussing it now?
yes, I promised Grant this morning when I said, hey, I have a Dr.
This is
Locke
it.
segment on my traveler's diarrhea. He
But
went,
if it comes
can we just
back,
move
can
on?
we leave it?
Well, I mean, we're going to hear about it in bars and
yeah.
in social settings, but
just on the show.
just on the show no more.